the Science, Maths and Robotics Expo. Science tells us how to understand the world. Mathematics teaches logic and problem solving. Robotics shows how technology can make our future smarter. Today, we present our innovative ideas and creative models.
A very warm and pleasant morning to one and all. Today, we have gathered here to celebrate National Science Day and Science and Robotics Expo, a day that reminds us science is not just a subject but a way of thinking, questioning, discovering and understanding life. Science teaches us curiosity, logic, creativity and innovation. It helps us explore the world and build a better future. Let us begin this meaningful program by seeking divine blessings. We now invite our school choir for a prayer song followed by Tamil Thai.
This is the little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This is the little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. I did another bush alone. I'm gonna let it shine. I did another bush alone. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. நீராடும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடத்தை கெடிலொடுக்கும் சீராடும் கடன கணத்திகள் பரத கடலில் கற்களமும் மதிச்சிறந்த திராவிடர் திருநாடும் ரத்தசிறு திரையுடலும் தரித்தவரும் திலகமுமே அத்திரள வாசனை போலனை துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனுக்கே தமிழனுக்கே உன் சீரிழமை சிறப்பியந்து செயல்படுந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you for the beautiful prayer. Now I request M. Kritika of grade 11 to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to one and all present here. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to our Science Day celebration and Robotics Expo. First and foremost, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to our respected Chief Guest, Dr. A. Subbiah Pandian, former Joint Director of Collegiate Education, Dharmapuri, National Awardee for Science and Technology Communication. Welcome, sir. A special welcome to our respected principal for the visionary leadership and guidance. Welcome, ma'am. I warmly welcome our respected headmistress for her continuous support and care. Welcome, ma'am. I extend my welcome to our beloved teachers for their dedication and commitment. Welcome, teachers. And a loving welcome to our dear students who are the true heart of this celebration. Welcome, students. With these words, I welcome you once again and thank you for being part of today's program. Thank you.
Respected guest of today's program, Dr. A. Subbiah Pandian, former Joint Director of College Education, and he is also the National Awardee for Science and Technology Communication by Government of India. So today we have got a very eminent person, a very suitable person to celebrate this National Science Day. He has done his research in crystallography and in biophysics from University of Madras, and he has been working as assistant professor, associate professor and principal, and finally as the head of the collegiate education. So we have got a very suitable, very wonderful personality today. So I'm very sure that today will be a very purposeful day for you all. So we all know that February 28th is celebrated as National Science Day every year. So do you know the reason why February 28th is celebrated as National Science Day? Any one of you? Can any one of you tell why Feb 28th is celebrated as National Science Day? One of you? Any one of you? You must know the answer. Yes? This side? Nobody? It is the day on 1928 when Sir C.V. Raman, he discovered the Raman effect. That is what in India, this day is celebrated as National Science Day. The important discovery that is called as Raman effect was discovered by Sir C.V. Raman, who is a Nobel laureate in physics from India, and he was awarded the Nobel Prize for the Raman effect. So in 1928, before independence, imagine India was under the British rule. Yes, India was under the British rule, and it had very fewer facilities than now. So even with the limited amount of facilities or the equipments, Raman was able to discover this path-breaking effect, which is called Raman effect. It is a very simple experiment in light, where you have all heard that when light passes through a prism, white light passes through the prism, it divides into is it same? No, it divides into 7 colors. Likewise, when light passes through some molecules or some substances, what happens when it comes out? It changes in color, it changes in its frequency. That's what Raman actually found out. I am explaining it to you in a very simple way. But what happened is, when light enters through some certain molecules, certain substances, it comes out with different frequency, with different wavelength, which means that there is loss or gain of energy. So, that's the picture. Now, this Raman effect is widely used in medical field to find out any abnormalities in the human body. Very foremost application of Raman effect is in medical field, where it is used to find out or detect any abnormalities in the human bodies. And also in other lot of applications of Raman effect are still in use today. So this day it calls us to be scientifically curious and scientifically oriented. Because as we think, all the scientists, they don't work with very big things. Even with small things, sir is going to show you all these things now. Even with small things, you can understand big concepts, big phenomena. So, the Science Day calls us to be scientifically oriented. What do you mean by scientifically oriented? Asking questions. Not very happy with the answers, but asking questions. Why? What is the reason behind this? Why this is happening? Questioning things about the things that are happening around you. That's what is scientific inquiry. That is called a scientific inquiry. Approaching everything in a scientific manner. So, Now we learn about 11th standard or in 12th standard science or physics, you learn about lot of things, lot of concepts, lot of ideas. All these things were formulated or it was found or discovered by the scientists working for years together. Newton has worked for more than 5 to 7 years to find out that white light dispersion. White light dispersion, he has worked for 5 to 7 years. He has given his entire life for lot of things we study today. Einstein has worked for his whole lifetime to find out the general theory of relativity. So here now we are all like in the instant age. We want everything instantly. Instant noodles, instant coffee, everything we want instantly. We don't want to work for years. But when you work for years, this will happen only when you are ready to work for years. So you should understand the value that they have created to the big repertoire of knowledge. So this is the day where we have to think about the work, the groundbreaking work of lot of scientists we have ahead of us, and it should also spark a interest towards science. So I want many of you here to pursue basic sciences. Not only medicine or engineering, but also basic sciences like our chief guest today, because he has got his PhD in physics. So you have to pursue basic sciences where you can contribute to the scientific world. ஸோ அதுதான் என்னோட ஆசை. இங்கே நிறைய பேர் நீங்கள் இன்ஜினியர் ஆகலாம், டாக்டர் ஆகலாம், பட் பேசிக் சயின்சஸில் ஏதாவது ஒரு பேசிக் சயின்ஸில் எதர் இட் கேன் பி ஃபிசிக்ஸ் ஆர் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஆர் பாட்னி ஆர் ஜுவாலஜி, வாட் எவர். ஸோ இன் தட் யூ கேன் சூஸ் எனி ஆஃப் த ஃபீல்ட் அண்ட் யூ கேன் கோ very deep into the specific topics you have taken. So once again, I wish you all a very, very purposeful, very knowledgeable day that is going to be this day for you. Thank you.
Chief is to address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts on science and learning.
Most respected Principal Madam and our HM Madam and my dear teachers and the young scientists, my dear students. I am very happy to stand before you. Really, it is a very interesting and important day in the history of India. This is a National Science Day. Before that, I want to introduce myself. I belong to a very small village near Kadayanallur and Puliyangudi, the Sokkampatti village. It is famous for Tirunelveli Alva. The origin of Tirunelveli Alva is from my village, and I studied high school. At that time, high school at Kadayanallur. Then I joined pre-university course in Sri Paramakalyan College, Alvarkuruchi. I did BSc Physics in that college. Again, I got admission in the MSc Physics, first MSc batch. So I am proud to say that the product of Alvarkuruchi. It's a wonderful college serving the poor people and the rural areas. Right. Why I am telling, so you are starting from Alvarkuruchi. I reached New Delhi for getting a national award. That's all. That is why I want to say this. Today we are celebrating National Science Day. In 1986, the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi announced in the Parliament, we are going to celebrate every year, February 28th, the discovery of Raman Effect Day. We are going to celebrate as a National Science Day. So from 87 onwards, we are celebrating this wonderful day. On this occasion, all over the country, quiz competitions, and electrician competitions, and seminars, and so many conferences, even in the research level. It is being organized in all the educational institutions and research institutes and even DRDO institutes. So why we are celebrating the National Science Day? Not only celebrating the Science Day, we are celebrating science. We are celebrating science. You know, in India, it's a பாரத நாடு பலம் பெறும் நாடு என்ற பெருமையெல்லாம் இருக்குது. India is a very poor country. The before independence, Madam rightly pointed out all these developments in India and scientists about like Newton and Einstein and all. One question was asked in Khan Paneka Krorbadi. You know, Khan Paneka Krorbadi, it's a quiz program conducted in TVs. The quiz master was the cinema star Amitabh Bachchan. He asked a very important question for 1 crore question. 1 crore question. Why we are celebrating National Science Day in India? Uski for options. The birthday of Raman, C.V. Raman, and then the discovery of Raman effect, discovery day of Raman effect, the death anniversary of Raman effect, and so on, another option. But miserably that competitors failed to answer that question. He answered the birthday of C.V. Raman. No. That is February 28, 1928 is the discovery day of Raman effect. Actually, he discovered and he presented the paper, a new radiation, in March 16th. Actually, in the month of February 16th. After that, he announced in the newspaper, the press, February 29 of 1928. But we are celebrating every year the February 28 only. Why? 1928 happened to be a leap year, so 29 will come only in every 4 years. Okay, that is why they changed the date into February 28, and we are all celebrating. It's a very very interesting phenomenon. And the story and all, a lot of stories about C.V. Raman and how he discovered before independence. He started. Actually, he passed the civil service examination. You know, IAS, ICS examination at that day. He passed the Indian Civil Service examination and he was appointed as the Assistant Accountant General in Calcutta. So in Calcutta, he studied, you know, BSc and BA, at that time BA and MA, he studied in Madras Presidency College, where I was a professor and HOD in that college. I am proud to say that in that chair I occupied the HOD. And I still remember that there is a direct vision spectroscope. It is available in the Madras Presidency College Physics Department. Right. So at the time of his civil service work, he started his research in 1907, and then slowly he started his research. Initially, he started his work on sound. You know, sound, how the sound is produced. What are the harmonics in the tabla? He started his research in sound only. When he was student in Presidency College, he published a paper in the Nature, the paper in the Philosophical Magazine in London. Okay, so even when he was studying in the BSc, he published a lot of papers. He had the interest of research. While he was in the civil servant or accountant general, he went to a calculation of science, Indian Association for Calculation of Science. There is a laboratory in Calcutta, in West Bengal. Mahendralal Sarkar, he was the pioneer to start the laboratory. He started the laboratory, but 30 years nobody turned to work for that research work in Indian Association of Scientific Culture. Raman entered and he started to work for 20 years, and then he went to London and from return journey, London to Calcutta, he observed the nature. The sky was blue and the sea was blue. Even now it is blue. Why the sky appears blue? So it is the basic question for his discovery. So in science, you ask the right question at the right time. You ask right question at the right time. Apple is falling. Okay, apple is falling. What question you should ask? Why is it falling? What is the reason for falling? Why it's not coming to that direction or this direction? That's also a nice question. The right question is, apple is falling. Why not the moon? The moon and the planets, they are all hanging. Okay, moon is not falling, but apple is falling. So for answering all these questions, Newton discovered that it is due to the gravitational force. You know, very simple. The very important point is you ask right question at the right time. That's all very simple. Similarly, Raman did many research in light. After return to Calcutta, he started his work on light, scattering of light. It's very simple. You throw a coconut, it will be broken into pieces. That's a simple scatter. It is colliding on the floor. Okay, it is scattered. The pieces are scattered. Like this, when you throw light on a particle, on an atom, the light will be scattered. That's simple, very simple. Okay, so it is interaction between the photon, the light, normal light, the sunlight or any visible light on the molecules or the atoms of the matter. That's a very simple. That was a discovery. So for this discovery, he was awarded Nobel Prize. When he got Nobel Prize, Sri Raman? Anybody? When did he got Nobel Prize? In 1930, he got Nobel Prize. So two other persons from India got Nobel Prize in science. Anybody? Any one of you? See, after 50 years, 1930, C.V. Raman, 1983, Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, he got Nobel Prize in astrophysics for the discovery of the critical mass of stars. Okay, it is very simple. 1983 is a relative of C.V. Raman. After that, so 1930, C.V. Raman, 1983, Chandrasekhar, 2009, Venkat Raman. No, Venkat Raman Ramakrishnan, he got Nobel Prize in biological molecular science. I don't know, for the discovery of ribosomes and all. Molecular biology. Why I am telling? See, for every 50 years only we are able to get Nobel Prize from India. It's a very, very feeble number, very small fraction of number. And India is a very huge country and the population is exceeding 100 crores. So one of the objectives of celebrating the National Science Day is to increase the research level in all the scientific fields, number one. And the public and the people should get that, Madam told about that, the scientific outlook, scientific awareness, scientific temper, scientific thinking and all. Okay, so for this we are celebrating and institutes are organizing so many programs like this and all. So my aim is to lot of things in the works. I will do simple experiments. Simple experiments will create a great achievement. My title is Simple Experiments, Great Achievement. சின்ன சோதனைகள் பெரிய சாதனை. It will be very much interesting. For that only I got national award, not for my research. I published 150 papers, international journals papers, and I produced 12 PhDs and all in Presidency College. But for this very small work, nobody is interested to do the work. Teachers, any teacher, the school level teachers should do the experiment. It will create a lot of benefits in the minds of the people. Okay, so on this basis, I will tell you a small definition for science, then we'll start the work. So I am very happy to inaugurate the National Science Day celebrations in Good Shepherd Matriculation Higher Secondary School in Alvarkuchi. Okay, what is science? You know what is science? It is one student asked. He answered. It is a subject in the school. Of course, it is a subject in the school. Science is a method of thinking process. Science is a method of solving our problems. Science should be our lifestyle. Okay, only three things. அறிவியல் என்பது ஒரு சிந்தனை முறை, அறிவியல் என்பது நமது பிரச்சனைகளை தீர்க்கும் முறை, அறிவியல் நமது வாழ்க்கை முறையாக வேண்டும். Science is a method of thinking process. For explaining this, I am going to do experiments. very simple. Science is a method of solving our problems. How it will solve? Suppose there is a problem in your house. Okay, you call a plumber or an electrician and you can rectify it. It is a problem you can easily, by scientific approach, you can solve that problem. It is a home level problem. It is a very simple problem in the house, household problem. Then the problems are in the national level. You know, the scientific problem in the national level, Mullai Periyar, Seth Samutram, Babar Masudi, now Tripuram, all these involves the social problems and the scientific problems and so many problems. It is interlinked. Okay, how to solve? Who will solve? Who is going to solve this problem? As scientists, as students, you become scientists and then you solve all these problems. An international problem, Kodangulam is the best example. Kodangulam, it's very difficult to switch on or inaugurate that program. It's very, very difficult. Okay, so how for in order to solve all these problems, science should be helpful. So science is a method of solving our problems in the household level and in the national level, even international level. The international problem is, global problem is only global warming. Okay, now I think you are clear. Now the third one is, very interesting one is, science is a method of a lifestyle. You see, you are all wearing uniforms and all. You see the world. Okay, the development of science. Right, I used to tell in Tamil, ஆடலுடன் பாடலை கேட்டு ரசிப்பதற்கு வண்ண வண்ண தொலைக்காட்சிகள், உலகத்தில் எந்த மூலையில் இருந்தாலும் தொடர்பு கொள்வதற்கு தொலைபேசி வசதிகள், ஜோடிகளை இணைப்பதற்கு, திருமணங்களை நடத்துவதற்கு இணையதள வசதிகள், எத்தனை வசதிகள் வரும். குளோபல் வார்மிங் சொல்கிறேன். எங்கே வந்து ஸ்ட்ரீட்டில் போகிறீங்க வந்து நிறைய கண் கவரும் காட்சிகள் உண்டு. வண்ண மீன் விளக்குகள், பல்லில் கையால் பல் தேய்ச்சி இதெல்லாம் போய் இன்னைக்கு பேஸ்ட் ப்ரஷ் எல்லாம் வந்துருக்கு. ஸ்டார் வார்ஸ் மீன் விளக்குகள் பாருங்க எவ்வளோ அழகாக இருக்குது. நம்ம மைக் எல்லாம் இருக்குது. ஒரு 50 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னால் இந்த மாதிரிலாம் இல்லை. ஸோ தீஸ் டெவலப்மெண்ட்ஸ் கற்கால மனிதனை தகவல் தொழில்நுட்ப கால மனிதனாக மாற்றியது அறிவியல் தொழில்நுட்பம். ஸோ அறிவியல் தொழில்நுட்பம், சயின்ஸ் அண்ட் டெக்னாலஜி transformed our life from stone age to that is called artificial intelligence age. It's a very hot topic. If you go to engineering college, I want to take AI. Okay, AI technology is penetrating in all walks of life. You can also study that AI. Okay, so one of the important objectives of Science Day celebration is how you link this artificial intelligence to our development, national development. Okay, so this is a very simple objective. And this year, every year, Government of India announced one theme for the National Science Day. You know what is the theme for this year? We go to any examination, TNPSC examination or UPSC examination. What is the theme for the National Science Day 2026? They'll ask me. Women in Science. Keep in your mind, women in science. Vikshit Bharat 2047. Vikshit Bharat means 2027 வளர்ச்சி அடைந்த இந்தியா, வளர்ந்த இந்தியா. அதில் பெண்களின் பங்கு என்ன? Science, the women in science. Madam Curie is one of the best examples for sacrificing their life to science. She got two Nobel prizes. One for chemistry, another for physics and all. Okay, like this we are extending our talk and studies hours together, but with this small idea, okay, and I conclude my speech. Okay, right. Abdul Kalam is one of the best example for developing our nation in the field of space research. You know ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. In the ISRO interview I attended, after finishing my MSc, I attended an interview at Bangalore, ISRO. I could not get that job. But at that time, all the selected candidates are engineering graduates. Happened to be a science graduate, I missed that job. No problem. I visited Sriharikota. You know Sriharikota? the launch station of India, Sriharikota. I was a chief guest in 2019 for National Science Day celebration, where Abdul Kalam shared their views and all the deliberations about rocket launching and all. I did all my experiments for 3 hours. Okay, it's one of the wonderful opportunities. I went to the top of the launch pad. Okay, it's very, very interesting. So I request all of you to take science as your career. Madam told about that, no, the engineering. See, nowadays, for the past 20 years, everybody is interested to take computer science or electronics. No, there are a lot of basic physics, chemistry, then biology, botany, zoology, and so many things. You take basic science as your career. You do research. You take BSc physics or chemistry and all. That's it. This is one of the very important objectives. And for that, the government of India is giving fund like Inspire program, Inspire award for 8th standard and all. You apply for it, and you can give your ideas. See, for rural area, you are seeing many things. How to plug that coconuts very easily. You discover an instrument or a device, then you will get some recognition. Okay, like that, our work, our studies, our learning, our education should be useful for the development of our country. Okay, so that is the idea behind the National Science Day celebration. So I wish all the National Science Day celebrations for you, and I am very happy to present here in Good Shepherd School. I am very, very much happy that I heard from your principal madam, every year we are celebrating this. When I was in Presidency College, Chennai, where Raman studied physics, I was the coordinator for all the programs in National Science Day celebration. So I am very much interested. We will do a lot of experiments all. So with this I conclude my introductory remarks. Then let us do experiments and enjoy science. Okay. So you should celebrate. What is science? What is science? Or what is physics? That is plate number 1. No. It is very interesting. You can get my number, and we can, if you have any doubt, we will do. Always you do some experiments. You will become great scientist. Thank you very much for your kind patience, and let us start our real drama, or the real picture that is doing experiment. Thank you. Shall we start? Respond my question. Answer my question. Shall we start? Okay. I think you don't have any paper or notebook and all for not writing something and all. Right. You write in your memory or your mind. See, now we are going to enjoy science. No need for answer my questions or writing examination and all. It's very simple. It is just like magic. I have a lot of things in the table. It is real science. Okay. All our physics equipment, and 1 or 2 will be related to chemistry, right? So I asked question in my introductory speech. What is science? Science is about memorizing. Is not memorizing about the fact. It is about the science is about the asking questions and answering the questions, right? See, when the stone is falling, what is the reason for the falling of this free fall of stone? That is due to the gravity and all. So now I am going to. Science is a method of thinking process. Science is a method of solving our problem. Science should be our lifestyle. Actually, we are going to do science, the 11th standard. I hope you are all 11th and 9th. Is it right? 11th A. Good. You are the correct person. Right. Now, let us start our very simple experiment to answer my question about what is science. Science is a method of thinking process. Science is a method of thinking process. Suppose you take 2 objects. Very simple. Allow me listen. Just I am showing the experiment only. I have 2 objects. One is a stone, another one is pen. Which one is heavier? Stone. Good. There is the correct answer. Stone is heavier than the pen. Okay. Suppose you drop these two objects simultaneously. Which one will reach the ground first? Stone. Good. What is your answer? Stone. What is your answer? Huh? You are wrong. You are all wrong. That's what proposed by Aristotle 2400 years back. கிமு 400ஆம் ஆண்டிலிருந்து Aristotle proposed, he told one idea about the falling of bodies, free fall of bodies. When two objects of different masses are dropped from a particular height, the heavier one will reach the ground first. That was the idea of Aristotle. But it is not correct. But after 1800 years, nearly 2000 years after that, Galileo Galilei, you know Galileo Galilei, the father of mechanical universe, the father of physics, and all. He proposed a very nice idea. He told, when you drop two objects from a particular height, both reach the ground simultaneously. That is his idea. Now let us check who is correct. Whether Aristotle, he is Aristotle, I am Galileo. Okay? Who is correct? Let us do the experiment. Suppose there is a problem in your ideas, or in the confusion in the idea, you do experiment. From the experiment, you get the result. Okay? Now I have very heavy mass, a stone, you see, a stone and a pen. Okay? Now I am going to drop these two objects simultaneously. You see, I have these bodies in my hand. If you drop it, if you look at the floor, what will happen? You see, what is your answer? They reach the ground simultaneously. They reach the ground simultaneously. This was the experiment done at the top of the Pisa Tower. அதான் உங்கள் புக்கில் எல்லாம் போட்டுருக்கோம். மெட்ரிகுலேஷன் புக்ஸு நோட் புக்ஸில் பைசா டவர்லேருந்து 2 பொருள் அடி போடுற மாதிரி இருக்கும் ஒரு புக்கு. இந்த எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் தான் வந்து. ஸோ தட் வாஸ் அ வெரி பிரேக் த்ரூ எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்ஸ். வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் இன் தி ஹிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் ஃபிசிக்ஸ். Why they are falling simultaneously? You answer. You tell me. ஏன் ஒரே சமயத்தில் வருது? Why they reach the ground simultaneously? Simultaneous means at same time. Is that right? You speak any answer. You tell any answer. Why? ஏன் இது கீழே? Why bodies are falling down? Gravity. அவ்வளோதான் பூமியினுடைய ஈர்ப்பு விசை. That is due to gravity of the earth. Gravity of the earth. Then the stone is falling down. Otherwise, it is going in another direction. Okay. Now, it is very simple. So, in this place, Alvar Guruji or the Good Shepherd School, both the objects means the stone and the pen are attracted towards the earth at the same rate of acceleration. So, the acceleration due to gravity is same for both the objects. இப்போ புரிஞ்சிருச்சா? 2 பொருட்களுக்கும் புவியீர்ப்பு விசை ஒரே அளவாக செயல்படுகிறது. இதுதான் கரெக்ட். Suppose you take another object, a paper. If you take the paper and you drop it, you take another one, a pen and the paper. This is very light. Almost this is somewhat heavier than the paper. Okay. Suppose you drop it. See, at the same level. Which will reach the ground first? Both. No, the paper and the pen. You say both reach the ground simultaneously? Yeah. What's your answer? Pen. You are correct. If you take the stone and the pen, see, they reach the ground simultaneously. But if you take the two objects, the pen and the paper, you see the result, see the magic. The pen is going very fast, but the paper is moving in a zigzag direction and dancing. Okay? See, why? The pen is moving very fast, but the paper is moving very slow. Why? That is the real science. Where is science? It is in the paper and the pen. It is all around us. The science is around us. Why it is coming late? Any idea? Any? 11th standard? Hey, come here. You answer my question. Try to interact with me. Yes? Any idea? ரொம்ப simple. See, the பேனா விட்டா சாயங்காலம் போயிட்டு வந்துருக்கு. ஓகே, பேப்பரை விடும் பொழுது மெதுவாக வருகிறது. ஏன்? வாய்? வெயிட்டா? வெயிட் இல்லை, மாஸ். டேய் இங்கே பாரு, வாட் இஸ் அரவுண்ட் அஸ்? நம்ம சுற்றி என்ன இருக்கு? ஏர், அவ்வளோதான். See, if you take the paper and the pen, it is moving very fast, very simple. But if you drop the paper, some force is acting against the paper. What is the force? That force is called the resistance due to air. That is air resistance. Okay, which is opposing the air resistance. Very simple to analyze the problem. கல்லை போட்டால் வேகமாக வந்துடுது. ஓகே, பேனாவை போட்டால் வேகமாக வருது. If you drop the paper, but it is coming late. Why? It is due to the air resistance. So the air resistance, it is a force. Air resistance is a force which is acting against the movement of the paper. Paper is coming down, the air resistance is acting upwards. What will happen? So it is resisting, that is why it is coming slowly. Okay, how will you reduce the air resistance? I don't worry about the wrong answers. Even Aristotle committed mistake. Galileo proved that. அதுதான் சொல்ல போறாங்க. எல்லாம் today's right, tomorrow's wrong. Today's wrong, tomorrow's right. Nothing is right in physics, in science. Everything will be changing. Your answer will be always correct, every new answer. So it is coming down because the air resistance is acting. The air resistance depends on what? Suppose if the pen is coming down, is there any air resistance? Is there any air resistance? Say yes or no? Yes sir, அவ்வளோதான். It is coming down. If you drop it, it is coming down. Air resistance is acting on this body also. Air resistance is acting on the stone also. But the air resistance on the paper is more, very large. Why? Why? ஏன்னா if you see the area of the pen, if you see the area of the paper, so the air resistance depends on the area of the object. இப்போ நான் ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக சொல்கிறேன் பாரு. ஹிமாலயாவில் டிஸ்கவரி சேனலில் காட்டுறான், ஆல் தி ஈகிள்ஸ், கழுகு பறந்து வருது, 2 மீட்டர் ரெக்கை இருக்குது, 2 மீட்டர் பெரிய கழுகு, சிங்கம் பிள்ளையெல்லாம் தூக்கிடுது. ஸோ தி எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் யுவர் விங், தி ஏரியா ஆஃப் தி ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஈகிள் இஸ் மோர். அதனால அது கீழே வராமல் அப்படி வித்தவுட் வேவிங், ஷேக்கிங், இந்த ரெக்கையில் அசைக்காமலே அப்படி செவரல் கிலோமீட்டர்ஸ் அப்படியே ட்ராவல் ஆகுது. That is due to air resistance or air drag. You can reduce the air resistance by reducing the area. You see, how will you reduce the air resistance? Mean you reduce the area of the paper. How will you reduce? Simply you squeeze the paper. Okay, I am not writing in the board, I am explaining the equation and all. Simply I am showing something. See, now you see the same paper, same mass, but the area is small. புரிஞ்சிருந்தா? Same area, same weight or mass, but area is reduced. Now you take the same pen as in the previous experiment, you drop it, you drop it, you see the magic. You see the magic of the result. See, what is the result? Both reach the ground simultaneously. சொல்லு பார்க்கலாம்.
Both reach the ground simultaneously.
அவ்வளோதான், கை தட்டுறாங்க. Now you tell me, see, if you reduce the air resistance, both the objects are attracted towards the earth simultaneously. That is what discovered by Galileo Galilei, the free fall motion. Free fall motion means if you drop the stone like this, see, you drop the stone without any initial velocity or any initial kinetic energy or force. If you drop it, that is called free fall. Suppose you throw the ball downwards, see, that is not free fall. Okay, see, now you compare this, the descent of the Chandrayaan 3 rocket on the moon, the free fall motion. Okay, now so the conclusion is all the objects are attracted towards the earth at the same rate of acceleration. Is it clear? That's what discovered by Galileo Galilei. And this method of thinking process, so science is a method of thinking process. Aristotle told heavier one will reach the ground first. Without any experiment, without any logical idea, he told something is falling, that's all. But in science, very important is you do experiments and then you conclude from that experiment. You observe and then you conclude. You do the experiment and observation, finally result. Is it right? So like that we are going to do a lot of experiments. Breaking coconuts over Bolan's head. We are not going to break the coconut. Our head, spinal cord, head and the bottle, everything will be in a straight line. So this is the experimental setup. ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்கும். இந்த இதை விட பயங்கரமான எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் வச்சிருக்கிறோம் வந்து ரைட் சரியா. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்டல் செட்டப். The bottle, soda bottle is placed over the head. Coconut is placed over the bottle. I have a very, very strong copper rod. The copper rod, if you hit the coconut, what will happen? Which will be broken? எது உடையும்? தேங்காய் மேலே அடிக்கும் போது என்ன உடையும் அப்படிங்கிறது அதான் இதான் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் கேள்வி. ஓகே, now we don't know the answer. Now you change the question, explain. If you hit the coconut, which of the following will be broken? Option A, தேங்காய் உடையலாம். Option B, பாட்டில் உடையலாம். Option C, மண்டை உடையலாம், இந்த ஹெட். Option D, fourth option, இந்த ராட் கூட உடையலாம்.
தேச தலைவர்களை போற்றுவது போல் அறிவியல் மேதைகளையும் போற்ற வேண்டும் என்ற கருத்தின் அடிப்படையில் சர் சி.வி. ராமர் கண்டுபிடித்த ராமன் விளைவை நினைவு கூறும் வகையில் 1987ஆம் ஆண்டிலிருந்து பிப்ரவரி 28ஆம் நாள் தேசிய அறிவியல் விழா கொண்டாடப்படுகிறது. அறிவியல் மட்டுமல்லாது புதிருக்கு விடையை கொடுக்கும் கணித கண்காட்சி, சுற்றுச்சூழல் ஆய்வாளர்களாக்கும் சமூக அறிவியல் கண்காட்சி என்ற அனைத்தையும் கண்டு களிக்கலாம் நம் பள்ளியில். Maths, the language of number, it helps us calculate, measure, and solve daily problems. From geometry models to logical things, mathematics improves our thinking skill. Maths is not difficult, but it becomes fun when we understand the concept through activities and models. Maths build accuracy, reasoning, and confidence.
பறவையை கண்டான், விமானம் படைத்தான், பாயும் மீன்களில் படகினை கண்டான், எதிரொலி கேட்டான், வானொலி படைத்தான் என்று அன்றே பாடிய பாரதியாரின் கனவை நினைவாக்கும் விதமாக எம் பள்ளி எங்களுக்காக அமைத்து கொடுத்த தளம்தான் இந்த அறிவியல் கண்காட்சி.
What is the use of this electric spinner?
Many weights, many weight objects are there. Humans cannot take the weight object, but the spin weights.
So what have you attached here?
The motor, the components needed to build this, their switch, then some wires, motor and accelerator.
Okay, the battery and
எப்பொருள் யார் யார்வாய் கேட்பினும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது அறிவு என்ற வள்ளுவரின் கூற்றுப்படி ஒவ்வொரு சிக்கல்களையும் அறிவியல் கண்ணோட்டத்தோடு அணுகும் எம் மாணவ பருவத்தில் நாளைய உலகின் நாடி நரம்பாய் திகழப் போகும் செயற்கை நுண்ணறிவான AI தொழில்நுட்பத்தால் உருவாகி இருக்கும் ரோபோட்டிக்ஸ் எக்ஸ்போ தமிழர்களின் அறிவியல் சிந்தனைகளை வெளிக்கொண்டு வரும் தமிழ் கண்காட்சி, நம்மொழி அறிவை மேம்படுத்த ஆங்கில கண்காட்சி என்று திரும்பும் இடமெல்லாம் நவீனமயம்.
இனைத்தானும் நல்லவை கேட்க என்றார் வள்ளுவர். அதன்படி இனைத்தானும் நல்லவை பார்க்க என்று நினைக்கும்படி திரும்பும் இடமெல்லாம் ஆய்வக கண்காட்சிகளை காட்சிப்படுத்தி எங்களை அறிவியல் அறிஞனான நியூட்டனாகவும் தன் உயிரையே பணைய வைத்து ஆராய்ச்சி செய்த மேரி குயிரி அம்மையாரையும் போல் எங்களை உருமாற்றிட எங்கள் பள்ளியில் 10 ஆண்டுகளாக நடைபெற்று வரும் இந்த அறிவியல் கண்காட்சியை கண்டு எங்களை ஊக்கப்படுத்த வந்துள்ள அனைவரையும் வருக வருக என வரவேற்கின்றேன்.
Good afternoon to all. My name is Kailash. My project is type of plant a tree. Trees give us oxygen to breathe. It provides shade to keep us cool. Homes the tree for birds and animals. Wood trees give the wood for furniture. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Saji Hamid. My topic name is sight words. A, I, her, us, it, is, in, off, on, off. Good morning. I am Mohan. I'm studying UKG section. Now I am going to explain. This means use this to talk about only one thing, that is clearance. This example for this is a tree, this is a tiger, this is a ball. This means use this to talk about two or more things that are near us. This example for these are trees, these are tigers, these are birds. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hi everyone. I am Mohammed Anifa. I am studying UKG 8 section. I am going to talk about my expert topic. My expert topic is words ending with a E. This is vowel concept A-I-O-U. First A. M-A-D mad. M-A-D-E mad. T-A-P tap. T-A-P-E-T. F-A-T fat. F-A-T-E fat. R-A-T rat. R-A-T-E rat. Good morning everyone. I am Fatima Nurjahan. My project is I-word families. Welcome to I-word. The I is 9th letter in the alphabet. The I is one of the vowels. I for import, igloo, invitation, island, fit, pip, bip, bip, nip, nip.
Science is everywhere around us. Through science experiments, we learn how nature works from air and water to energy and space. Our projects explain scientific concepts using simple projects and real-life applications. We believe that science is not only theory but also discovery and curiosity. Science tells us to ask questions. Science teaches us to ask questions and find answers.
This expo encourages creativity, scientific thinking, and teamwork. Students learn by doing, experimenting, and exploring new ideas. Learning becomes meaningful when knowledge is applied practically. Math, science inspires us. Maths guide us, and robotics empowers us. We learn today, we innovate tomorrow. Let's build the future together. Robotics combine math, science, and technology. Robots are machines designed to help humans perform tasks safely and easily.
Our robotics project show automation sensors and coding in actions. Robotics prepare students learning their future career in technology and innovations. Today learners are tomorrow's innovators.